Yeah, what up? If you're seeing this message, you are led to this message. Well done. Nothing happens by accident. Okay, you are meant to read and see this information. Anyway, emotional evolution. Okay, that's a topic that I specialize in. Um, One of the key factors that I touch on emotional evolution is emotional freedom, is emotional independence, right? But currently now I'm interested more in spiritual intrusion, okay, because it affects your emotional freedom, it also affects your emotional independence, right? Now, if you don't know what to look for when it comes to spiritual intrusion, unfortunately that can lead to inaction. Okay, then unfortunately that can lead to inaction. So and that inaction, unfortunately, when and especially when you talk about in spiritual intrusion, by the way, this is where, according to my experience and other people's experiences, unfortunately, this is where negative emotions tend to arise, tend to be created, and unfortunately, psychologists are not aware of that, majority of them, if not all of them. Okay, some of them they might suspect, but because of their academic knowledge and academic education, it might seem as a taboo to speak on such things, right? So one of the few emotions that spiritual intrusion causes, it's anxiety, depression, suicidal thoughts, emotional fatigue, irritation, mood swings, and so forth, right? So unfortunately, if you don't address the root cause of the problem or drastically reduce its negative impact on your life, on your emotional and your emotional health, basically your emotional health, it might cause you to be inactive and not take any action, unfortunately, and unfortunately what's going to happen 5 years from now, 3 years from now, right? What started as something as minor as your anxiety or your depression might eventually pile up and evolve into something more, without you being aware that actually it was getting to that point because you didn't know what to look for and what is it that you need to get rid of, so to speak, right? Yeah, so I have a link that I've put below there. You can go through it. It's a very short article. It's a very short article. You'll read through it and you'll take it from there, right? Because if you don't take action, chances are you might be going to therapy and unfortunately you are not getting the satisfaction or you're not getting the results that you are really hoping for. There might be progress, but it's not at that level where you feel like you are satisfied, right? My article, personally, I think it can help with expanding your perspective on what actually is going on behind the scenes, right? So give it a check, give it a look, and decide from there, because you might find out the missing pieces of the information that you've been missing in order to be emotionally free and independent, emotionally independent and emotionally stable. It might come from that article. People are going to relate to it differently, but it's worth taking a look. So yeah, my advice is that expand your vocabulary, expand your knowledge, expand your information. That's how you grow, that's how you become healthier, that's how you become stronger, right? So yeah, spiritual intrusion is one of the things that emotional evolution touches on. You can check it out and take it from there. With that being said, I'm out for now. Ciao.